invite the other Maria. We have two Marias here, you know. María José Bernal Gaviria. She studies economics with an emphasis in applied economics at EAFIT University in Medellin-Colombia. Alumni of institutes like Foundation for Economic Education, Reason, Individualism and Freedom Institute, Cato, the Fund for American Studies and Ayn Rand Institute. She is currently doing her thesis for graduating this year and is committed to developing new projects to promote principles of liberty in her society. Welcome, Maria.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for this space, for the invitation, for letting me share thoughts with you. Well, I'm going to talk about entrepreneur's DNA and student activism, which is what I do, as I'm the national coordinator of Students for Liberty in my country. And well, I come from a beautiful city in the country of Colombia, where we're really well known by being entrepreneurs and really innovative people. So, what comes to your mind when I say entrepreneur? What comes to your mind when you listen to this word? Is it a big business owner, say Jeff Bezos or Steve Jobs? Is it also, as you said, a small business owner? The one who has a little restaurant, a little dancing academy, music store. Is it a mindset? Is it a way of thinking? I really like this sentence. Is it an individual in a process of discovery? Or is it someone finding ways to fulfill certain needs and make things differently? Well, certainly, entrepreneurs create value for themselves, and so they do for society. We economists might say that entrepreneurs, known as producers, are those who combine the factors of production, which are capital and labor, given a certain level of technology, which we denote A, in order to produce goods and services that finally compete in the market and respond to evaluation of consumers that give signals of the market, which are the prices. Well, we can also say that entrepreneurs are people who meet people's needs and seek to fulfill them. Again, they create value, they find opportunities. Those are market signals. Schumpeter would say, according to his theory of creative destruction, that the entrepreneur is that disruptor of the status quo. And it's important also to remember Adam Smith when he said that we're all guided by self-interest. So self-interest acts as a guiding force toward the work society desires. Never forget the invisible hand. Mm-hmm. So what are those characteristics of the entrepreneur? Well, we could do a list and we could maybe never end, but I think these are pretty much the common points of the literature. And then I will say that problem solving, entrepreneurs don't find problems, they find opportunities in every challenge they get day to day. Leadership, be able to gather your team, a multidisciplinary team, and manage your team. I love this skill, the fact of connecting ideas with scarce resources and give solutions with it. So what is it? It's, I don't know, you watch a series last night and then you go to the office and you face a problem and you're able to connect those ideas, something you learn from the movie, something you learn from, I don't know, Game of Thrones, whatever you watch, and then be able to give a solution to that problem. Daily problems, human problems. Thinking outside of the box, being able to think, go beyond what you see, what you face. Character, of course. Character to say no, to say yes, to be able to stand for what you think, for what you believe. Let's skip to the second column. Self-direction. We have motivation. We don't need anyone to stay next to us telling what to do, what to say, how to do it, or what time to do it. Resilience. To be able to stand again and again and again after falling and learning from it. Well, the ones involved are considered to be the 21st century skills. So I would say creativity, ICT skills, information, communication, and technology, which is really important. Those are our tools. Communication skills, teamwork, as I told you before, being able to manage your team. Social and cultural skills, critical thinking, learning to learn skills. Be curious, never stop learning. Flexibility, which stands also for adaptability, and risk-taking. So, why the importance? Why are entrepreneurs so important in our society? Well, an entrepreneur creates value, first serving himself and then serving others. They create value. They innovate, they bring technology and disruptive industries to put a higher standard of life. They create wealth, because contrary to what some people might have told us, wealth is not a stock variable, it's a flow variable, and we can actually create it, also destroy it. And the most beautiful, for me, it's they create jobs. They give people the opportunity to develop professionally, to have experience, to grow, and they have a team. They're not alone. So, given the importance of entrepreneurs in our society, why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult? Why is, I don't know, being an entrepreneur is going to be a hero or something, a titanic task? Well, people might kill your idea. People might not buy what you say. How do you propose it? How do you think? You might need experience. Sometimes people don't bet on entrepreneurs that just graduated from college like me. And regarding state, you might have a big tax burden. For example, in Colombia, we have around 70% for business tax burden, which is very high. Regulations, which are kind of hidden taxes. Regulating for how to hire people, how to fire people, how to give gifts to people, which actually happens in Colombia. How to exist, how to breathe, how to do your stuff, how to do what you do. And finally, something that really happens in our Latin American countries is the lack of institutions, which are the rules of the game. I would say proper rights, the guarantee that you're able to enjoy the product of what you've worked for. Without entrepreneurship, there's no progress. So, how do we link being an entrepreneur with being a student, but not also student, being a student activist? For example, say SFL. Mm-hmm. Well, how to start? Have a global mindset. Think global, but think local. Have a team. Something that personally happened to me, I understood that I needed a team. I really need a team. Value proposition. Get your consumers, your needs, your context, and then product market fit. How do your value propositions fit the market needs? Okay, and we always think, what if we're students? You kind of feel sometimes, insecure. Well, I think that we can combine our passions, our favorite activities, our goals, what we want to accomplish, and our skills in order to identify those needs, to interpret our context. For example, my country, Colombia, my needs. We combine those resources, those scarce resources, and then we create value. We create ways, well, in our case, to promote the ideas of liberty in a way that people really can buy it. People can actually like the ideas, get the ideas, learn the ideas, and share the ideas. So, well, this is what we've done. One of the very most important advices I've got is prepare yourself, study, learn, learn, learn. Learn to learn again, and read books, and ask. Never stop asking. We're risk takers. Sometimes people's not gonna like our ideas, how we propose it, how we think, how we speak. And sometimes the ideas are not gonna be so easy for people in certain regions. There's a lot of work to do regarding leadership. You're always challenging yourself for gathering a good team, a multidisciplinary team. And think outside the box. How to promote ideas differently, how to get to different people, and, well, enjoy the journey. Thank you so much.